On the surface, probably pretty ugly. We got to start off with some ugly ones before we get into quote unquote the marquee games. But I actually have something I like in this one quite a bit, or at least I have a good take. This is San Diego State at home taking on Boise State. I'm currently showing the line 6.5, 7 in some spots for Boise. Now, I want to note that this opened up at 7.5 for the Boise State Broncos, who had had a home game last week against UCF, and now they're coming on the road to San Diego State. Total is pretty low, 45, 45 and a half, 46 at some spots. I want to start with you, though, first. Do you like anything in this one?
Yeah, I'm wondering what your play is here and if it'll be the same.
We'll see.
Uh,
That's why I'm starting with you. I don't want you to disagree with me. Yeah.
so I like the Broncos here. San Diego State just hasn't really impressed me. They haven't really looked good. They beat Idaho State by 8 points. Their rush defense gave up 445 yards on the ground against UCLA and Oregon State. And yes, those are two talented teams, but I still think that not only are they going to be able to run on San Diego, but they put up 264 passing yards against Washington. And the Aztecs secondary has some issues regarding the pass. And I think they're just going to have a hard time scoring. I know it's it's a home game, and I know they're going to be hungry for the win, but I don't know. The Aztecs just can't seem to score against any defense with a pulse, just from what I've seen so far this season. So I think that unless there's something that I'm overlooking with this matchup, I think Boise will cover here.
6.5, assuming. Yeah. Okay. So I'm actually on the other side.
Really?
But yeah, which is fine. I mean, Nick and I are always on the other side. Well, not always, but quite a bit. And then we have to give our pitches and see what people like. But here's my thinking on this one. So, opened up at 7.5. It is kind of dropping down. I'm out on Taylon Green for Boise State, and I think for me, there's a few quarterbacks who kind of fit in this mold, and you'll see it throughout college football year in and year out. Guys who can make plays with their feet, but then when it really comes down to it, they're not making throws as much as they need to. Now, they did put up some yards against Washington, but I would have to check. I think some of those were in garbage time, not as impactful type of passing situations. He's only 52% on the year completion percentage, and I think last year he was showing some glimpses of a passing talent, but I think overall it's just not there for him. He can make plays on the ground, but I just think 7.5 or 7 now is just a lot for them to cover. And I'm not just saying this, I don't hate the 6.5 for Boise State, but I think at 7, for me, I have to go with San Diego State. I just think with a low total, defense that hasn't played as well traditionally over the years, like San Diego State has had those really good defenses where they're winning games, with super low scoring totals like 14-7, 17-10, things like that. I don't think it's going to be that low, but I just have enough faith in the Aztecs that they can cover a 7. Maybe we have to come up with a bet on this one, a friendly little bet.
I took them to cover against UCLA, and so maybe I'm a little jaded by that.
It's a spite bet. That's what we call them. Yeah. We love our spite bets around here.
Yeah.
What was the other thing I wanted to mention? I'm just kind of seeing what chat has to say. I mean, both teams aren't playing their usual self, so it just seems 7.5. It just seems the touchdown is a lot. That's all. That's how I kind of feel about this one. But we'll see. We'll see if Taylon Green just has an above average performance, Boise State probably covers. So it really comes down to what he does on the field.
Yeah, I think the 6.5 versus 7.5. I think if I had to bet this game, that would be the decider. I think at 6.5, I would take Boise, and then anything above that I
Hmm.
would be a stay away.
Yeah, because we're looking at a total of 45, so not a lot of points going to be scored in this one. And I do kind of lean under, but at the same time, these teams have actually played a little higher tempo. Well, I guess San Diego State from what we're used to. So that does worry me a bit. And then, as I mentioned, the defenses aren't uh, as good as years prior. So
Yeah, although Boise's defense looked pretty good against UCF. Uh,
you mentioned I didn't watch that full game. You mentioned the quarterback for UCF got hurt. Was it in that game or was it afterwards? Like they came out and said he might be injured.
I think he got hurt. Was
Well,
it
maybe he
the
could have
week?
been hurt in the game. Did
Yeah,
did he even play? Like I honestly did not watch or
I think
follow
he got
up on
hurt
that
the
one.
week before, and maybe chat can
Yeah, they'll let us know. They'll
confirm, but I thought he got hurt the week before, but I can't remember when it was, but I don't think he I don't even know. I don't think he even played in
he
the
was out of that
last
one.
or in UCF's
Yeah,
last game.
yeah. Maybe I'm missing that.
Oh, okay. So uh it was at Boise. So it wasn't like it
Mhm.
was 2 weeks ago at the Boise State game. He suffered a leg injury on the game-winning drive.
Okay,
Yeah. So he was
gotcha.
out last week against I don't even remember who they
Yeah, it was like a smaller team, right?
didn't they play a
Or was it? Hold on,
oh,
UCF.
they played Villanova, didn't they?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up. Yeah, that's right. They played Villanova. So it
Okay.
looks like in the Villanova game, it was Timmy McClan, I guess. Anyways, who's in that one? So yeah, Taylor Green in that UCF game. He was 9 of 19. And then Ashton Genty had 24 carries for 115 yards. So they definitely were just trying to pound the ball using the running game. So all right, let's get to our next game here.